This video and all content on this channel is performed by a pest control professional, and it is always recommended to hire a pest control pro in your area to perform any pest control in or outside your home. Pesticides can harm you and your loved ones. Anyone who is performing the information in this video is doing so at their own risk. If you decide to try the info provided in this video, please always check with the local laws in your area and read the labels of any product you use. The label is the law.
Hey everybody, this is Jason Akers again with Green Acres Pest Control, and today I want to go over the most affordable way that you can get rid of bed bugs on a professional level. That's key. And so if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, and if you really like it, subscribe to the channel. So I want to go over getting rid of bed bugs and why so many people are unsuccessful at doing so. And this includes the professional market, like the exterminators like me. Primarily, bed bugs, as far as knowledge, people have only really had knowledge about bed bugs and what they are and where they come from for about the last maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years if you're lucky. It's just not common knowledge these days on, the right way, the proper way, how to get rid of bed bugs successfully. If you go online and you Google, best way to get rid of bed bugs, there are so many mixed reviews on, heat treatments, diatomaceous earth, Semexa, Crossfire, Alpine WSG, Teco Pro. There's so many different pesticides out there and applications to get rid of bed bugs. Which ones actually work and what is going to do the job that's best for you? So here's the problem. Bed bugs develop resistance to pesticides all the time. So in the pest control world, this is a common thing, especially with cockroaches. So a lot of people have issues, and like I said, even in the pest control, under professionals, getting rid of bed bugs primarily because of this reason. Bed bugs start to develop resistance to pesticides basically as soon as the pesticides are sprayed. So you're trying to get rid of a bed bug. You're not exactly sure which chemicals to use because, as bed bugs are continuously exposed to pesticides, they build resistance. So which ones can you use that bed bugs aren't resistant to? That's the key. A lot of these larger corporations and even smaller pest control guys, because a lot of the smaller guys were trained by larger corporations. So the problem is they get used to getting rid of them with one pesticide that works. It works for 10 years maybe, and works real good, and they've used it for a long time. It's been really successful, but now all of a sudden it's not successful anymore. One good example is bifenthrin, which the active ingredient in Talstar is bifenthrin. A lot of my competitors locally here use Talstar to get rid of bed bugs. I've used Talstar to get rid of bed bugs. Used to be very effective at getting rid of bed bugs. Well, the problem is that the bed bugs have developed a resistance to Talstar, and in some cases are completely immune to it. It won't kill them anymore. But these companies, because they've been used to using it, it's something they've used for a really long time, they don't want to to actually get rid of it. They don't want to stop using it. They don't want to try using something different. So they still use the same old they've been using for a long time. And they're not as successful as they used to be. It may still kill bed bugs in some situations. Maybe some houses that you've got a strain that's never been exposed and they die just fine and it works. So they continue to use the same old tricks. Well, I've been using Crossfire. Now, this is not a advertisement for Crossfire. There is a high probability that in the future, because people continue to use it and they're heavily exposed, bed bugs are heavily exposed to Crossfire, that within the next 2, 3, maybe 4 years, Crossfire will cease to work in the same way that Talstar because bed bugs develop resistance. This is why it's important that chemical manufacturers continue to research and continue to formulate new pesticide mixes. Crossfire is a mix of 3 different pesticides. Works very, very well to get rid of bed bugs. But more than likely in the future, it won't work anymore. So you have to do your homework. It's one of those things where, as a company, you have to be willing to change the pesticides and the practices that you use to get rid of bed bugs. Now, there are a couple of practices out there that I disagree with, wholeheartedly disagree with. And anybody that's watched my channel in the last, 5 months? I mean, I've been on YouTube for 8 years. Very first video I ever did on YouTube was why heat treatments don't work on bed bugs, explaining exactly what causes a heat treatment to fail when these corporations charge these outrageous amounts to come in and do bed bug services using a heat treatment. They come in, they swear heat is where it's at, it's absolutely going to work, you're going to spend $3,000 and you won't have bed bugs tomorrow because it's the instant gratification that they're selling you on bed bug service. That's why people are willing to spend all that money. And it's not that heat treatments never work. Actually, they do work a lot of times. But then there's also quite a few times they don't work. And the problem is when they don't work, that's a lot of money you've spent for something not to work. If you buy Crossfire, and this is if you're going to do it yourself, Crossfire is something you can actually get yourself on Amazon.com. You can get it on Walmart.com. All the do-it-yourself pest control websites out there. You can buy Crossfire in pretty much any state in the union. There are a couple that are restrictive and make it more difficult to buy it, but most states you can buy Crossfire. All right, so you've got a professional grade pesticide. It's used by professionals like me. Okay, so you buy a sprayer. Now, a lot of people will buy a cheap little plastic sprayer, like just whatever thing they can find in the lawn and garden center at their local Walmart. All right, maybe it's $8, maybe it's a $16 gallon sprayer. This works for a lot of people, but I will warn you, if you buy a plastic sprayer or a spray bottle or something like that and you try to apply Crossfire, more than likely you're going to misapply it. You're not going to get it to where it needs to go, or it's just going to run all over the floor and make a mess. I recommend a B&G sprayer. It's a professional grade metal tank. It's going to last a lifetime. I still have my original sprayer and I still use it to apply Crossfire that I bought over 8 years ago. My father, who started his company in the 80s, still has his original B&G sprayer from the 80s. They haven't changed in, 40 years. So they're a very good piece of equipment. But you're going to look at the sticker and you're going to be like, holy cow, $350+ for a sprayer for bug spray? That's outrageous expensive. And it is. It is very expensive. It's a professional piece of equipment. But when you take the price of a B&G sprayer at $350 and then a bottle of Crossfire at $38, you haven't even broken $400. And now you can get rid of your bed bug problem. Now, what did I say earlier? How much are you going to spend on a company to come in and do the job? Probably the cheapest you're going to spend on an exterminator to come in and treat your house for bed bugs is anywhere from $350 a room, just for one room, or, maybe $3,000-$4,000 to do the whole house. This is about what you spend on an exterminator, and that's if you're going to do a heat treatment. Now, if you're going to do a liquid treatment, a lot of exterminators, usually the cheapest I've seen locally in Virginia is like $1,600. That's about the cheapest I've seen to do a whole house for bed bugs. Now, that's the thing. If you take $1,600 and you're only spending $400, you've got professional grade equipment that won't waste product and run all over the floor, and you've got the right chemical to do the job, you can absolutely get rid of bed bugs on your own at a fraction of what any exterminator is going to charge you. And you can treat your entire house. That's what I recommend. Now, like I said, Crossfire is what I use now. The reason I use Crossfire is because I have not had any resistance to Crossfire whatsoever. I've been using it for about 6-7 years now. I've had really, really good results with it. I still get really, really good results with it. And so I haven't started using any other pesticides. I know in the comments below I'm going to get questions like, what about Apprehend, and what about Micron, and what about all these other chemicals? Honestly, I use Crossfire. I use Crossfire because it works. Now in the future, I'm probably going to have to switch it up. That's the way it is. That's the way pest control is. I really recommend that you stay tuned to my channel, that you keep subscribed to the channel, and keep in touch, because I will update people as chemicals change. I will make new videos. I will explain. For in the future, if Crossfire ceases to work, you'll know here first. I stay on top of the chemicals. I stay on top of the research. I am constantly doing it because I have to survive. It's my company. I use chemicals to make a living, so I have to know what works and what doesn't. So hopefully this video has shed a little light on how to get rid of bed bugs. Now I'm going to link a video below that you can go to, and you can check out, a video of me actually doing a bed bug job, showing how it's done and how to get rid of bed bugs successfully. So if you're interested, go click over, check it out, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks a lot, and have a great day. Bye.